Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? My name's IMC, better known as Intellectual Male of Consciousness. And September 1st, I'm dropping a brand new mixtape. This mixtape is going to feature Marv Kanan, Ill Nature, Ren Angel, Tone 1000, Fizzle Flame, and many more. I'm telling you, this mixtape is going to blow everybody else's out the water come September. So please make sure to check it out. And also, if you haven't already, check out my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/GMANKOOL23. That's youtube.com/GManCool23. Now listen, the reason why I'm here today is because I'm here to tell you to follow your dreams. You see, music has been a thing of mine ever since I was a child. But I've been doing it professionally for the past 8 years, and I can tell you, there has been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of twists and turns, you know. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, I'm still confident that I will make it. You know, I've gotten better as a lyricist. I've gotten better as a producer. As a matter of fact, I started out as a producer before I started taking the rapping seriously. Even though rapping was a passion and I tried it a little bit, it didn't work when I was 12. When I was 15 years old and I got in front of that keyboard, I started to delve into myself, and I just started to pull stuff out that I didn't even know I had, you know. So by the time I finished high school, I think I had about maybe close to about 70 beats or so, you know. And these were just ideas that I was coming up with out of my mind and just pulling out. You know, this is before I had Pro Tools and Reason and all that other stuff, you know. Then I went to Queensborough Community College. Went there. I had planned originally to go to York and study composition in music, but instead I ended up doing the Music Electronic Technology program at Queensborough Community College, and I met a lot of interesting people there. Professor Hest, Professor Jackson, just to name a few. These were guys that were instrumental in my education, you know, not only the musical aspect, but also the business side, such as copyrights, royalties, that type of thing. But anyway, you know, I started my quest at Queensborough, and it was a little bit rough at first. My second semester is when I had a digital sequencing class, and I learned so much just in that section of that particular semester, spring 2009, you know. And I was just so impressed with how this one little machine could do so much, editing, everything. I mean, back in the day, when I used to see television studios, recording studios on TV and, you know, TV shows, you know, you saw the DAT machine, the digital analog, you know, you saw the analog system and a lot of different stuff. But now it's changed. Now you can do everything on a computer. You know, you don't necessarily need patch bay and all these other things to do effects and, you know, a drum machine. Everything is within the computer. But I was still inexperienced at the time. You know, but I kept on learning, and as I moved up, you know, I was also working on my craft as a rapper. I was rapping, you know, doing a lot of stuff, and, you know, producing music, just in my home basement, just for private use and stuff, you know. But shortly after that, you know, started working at this little shop. You know, it was a magazine company or whatever. And the guy's cousin had a, you know, had his laptop, you know, and had what's it called? Cubase. So I recorded like maybe 2-3 songs there. I mean, I had recorded before in the past. This was back in 2011. The first time I recorded was 2008. It was my first semester in college. But and I got maybe like 10-11 songs done. And it wasn't even at a studio, it was at my friend's crib. But things changed, and, you know, we don't talk no more. But with the Cubase, you know, I went and I recorded my songs with this guy, you know, and it was good. It was some good stuff. And throughout the years, like, I found myself doing singles with people, even though I wasn't recording myself, but I was recording singles and, you know, singing on people's choruses and stuff like that. So that stuff, it gave me experience. Although I wasn't out there like that, I was still learning, you know. Had my first talent show, performed at a gospel talent show, in fact, and I really didn't do too well the first time I performed. You know, I was very nervous. I wasn't looking out the crowd or the judges, you know. So I was a little bit shy and inexperienced. So, you know, when I didn't win that night, I felt very disappointed, but at the same time, you know, I realized that I was going to have to work hard if I wanted something in life, if I wanted to be a rapper, I knew I was gonna have to work hard, you know. So after that, um, like around August 2011, got together with a friend of mine, and I told him that, listen, man, I'm ready to record a mixtape. I'm ready to push through. I'm about to start my last semester of college, and people have heard me do singles and stuff like that. I've never put together a mixtape, so I need to do something, and I need to start now. He said, okay, no problem. Had his own home setup, and for about 4 or 5 months, I was coming by his house probably maybe once every week to record music, because that's how consistent I was. I was constantly writing songs. Any chance that I got, whether it was in school or at home or before I had to go to school, I was writing my music because I knew that if I wanted this badly, I was going to have to try. So I went and I recorded the songs. The mixtape dropped April 1st, 2012. Now, I didn't get the reception that I thought I would get from friends and family, but nevertheless, I was proud that I put out my first project. And in the midst of that, in February 2012, I started working on a project with that same person, and we created our own group called Cream's Regime. The idea was created around that time. It was a year ago when the idea was created to do a group, to do music. And, me and my friend, we found some instrumentals. He found some beats that, he paid for that he could have for free. And, basically, we did our songs and we did our music and we produced. Well, no, we didn't produce this. No, I mean, we wrote songs together as a group. So that was the first time me rapping with somebody. Well, not the first time rapping with somebody, but the first time that I was doing a group venture. It was very different for me. It was something that was new. I wasn't used to it, but it was something. It was something that I wanted to do, and I was down with it. And we did the first mixtape. And we dropped it. We had mixed reviews, but it was received warmly. So that's what I liked. After I graduated from school, took the studio here that you see. You can't see all of it, but took the studio here, and I had people started to come in and record, and to do music, and I was doing my own music as well. So I was learning how to be a businessman after I graduated. So a lot of things started to change. I started getting deep. I started to get into Reason actually 2 months before I graduated. I want to thank DJ Troy for that, because if it wasn't for Troy, I wouldn't have been producing better now, at this moment, because he was the one that keyed me on to Reason. Now, for the past 3 years when I was in school, I would see Reason on the desktop, in the music lab, but no teacher taught Reason. Reason was just there. None of the professors taught about Reason. He just taught us about Pro Tools and how to do production and to record and to mix and that stuff. But I didn't know how to use Reason. One day he came over to the studio. This was before I started letting people in, and he showed me how to do this and do that. And in that same day, I started learning a little bit, and I got the hang of it, And so, for the next month, I was producing beats, even though I still had school and I was in my last semester. Seeing that this was my last year, I was in my last semester. I started producing, and even though final exams and midterms had me stressed out, I was still producing. I was still doing music because I wasn't gonna let anything stop me. Music was my main focus, and